shut up. Oh no, right here. All right, time to call Cap G, PogChamp.
You know, so I mean, I'll give it to Konami. That's at least an interesting concept. I guess they didn't want to just like give up on it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, props to them. They can't just let Yu-Gi-Oh die.
Yeah, they're trying so hard to have a reason to drop the ban list. That's what I think.
I could see that because I mean, to be completely honest, they really didn't need to drop the last one. You know what I mean? Like all it really did was just take Spiral out the game. I mean, I guess you could say Luna Lights, but yeah, I guess it just took Spiral and Luna Lights out the game. And I guess you could say they're just trying to have a reason to come up with a new ban list. Man, when's the next ban list supposed to come out?
It's supposed to come out like what? Like the deadline's like what? 2 weeks from now? 1 week and a half?
Really?
Yes, it's like it's okay. June 1st. I think it's June 1st.
Is it June? I don't know. I don't know about you. I feel like there is basically no hype. I know, you know, people are, to me, it just, oh my goodness, it feels like there is no hype. Like no YouTuber really cares. I think Tom Box made a ban list prediction.
That was trash. I am angry with his list.
I don't think it was Tom Box. It was the fat Tom Boxer. The other, I don't know the other dude's name.
The other dude had Moon Glacier banned.
Yeah, the one who had Moon Glacier. Yeah,
Glacier's trash.
From what I've seen, I haven't watched any ban list video, but from what I've seen, they've basically like been trashed. Half the YouTubers want Jet Synchron banned, and we have shit like Moon Glacier, and it's like, you people even play the game? I mean, granted, I haven't dueled in like 3 months, but I mean, I'm pretty sure like those are not the problem cards, and everything. I mean, maybe you could say Block Dragon Bandward. I think Tom Box said True King of all calamities. I can kind of see that.
One of them had it limited. One of them had Block Dragon. Dragon limited.
It was the other Tom Box dude. Yeah, he had Block Dragon limited, which to me was like that doesn't make a lot of sense because they just search it with granite, and one Block Dragon is like 3 basically. You just want hard draw it. But True King, I can kind of see True King of all calamities bans. I don't know. It just feels like everyone. I think maybe Blade might have been the only one who was just like, yo, ban Needle Fiber, because he put it. I didn't watch his video, but he put it as the thumbnail of his video. So I don't know. It feels like YouTubers are really doing everything possible, like not to ban that card. I don't know if they're like doing predictions or like what needs to happen. You know what? I was actually about to make this video. You know what we could say to TCG Selza?
What?
Simple. Bring back Maxi.
Bring back Maxi? No. Stop with this. I hate the Maxi argument.
What? Okay. What do you know what the best deck in the OCG is?
It's like Dragma Invoke, right? Or
it's
Noble Knights?
Dragma Invoke and Orcust. You know what? Adamantipator is like Adamantipator, I won't say it's trash, but why it's like not even close to being the best deck in the OCG? Because there's effing Max C. Because every single time you try to special summon 10 times in a turn, your opponent's like, okay, cool, I'm going to draw like 13 cards. So have fun making your board while I draw Dark Ruin or more and then just like auto win because you've given me 12 cards and chances are I've got something to break it. Like, to me, that just seems way better. Because I think if you I thought about this.
Chat, man.
Think about this, Selza. How is Max C any different than the Nibiru? And I'm not talking about literally. I mean, obviously they're different cards and they have different effects. But when it comes to just what the point of the card is, how is it any different? The entire purpose of Nibiru, and this is like from Jerome McKell, was to stop your opponent when you know like they're going off because they deemed anything more than like 5 special or 5 summons is probably degenerate, right?
Like Nibiru is a necessary evil. Maxi is just like there's decks that just don't do any. Like, what does Salamangreat do that's unfair? Literally nothing.
I mean, are we talking? I mean, if you bring back like Mirage Stallion and Gazelle back to 3, you'll see some unfair. Really, just right now, nothing.
Like besides like the big combo deck,
there's nothing that Salamangreat. I mean, what is your point, Selza?
What I'm saying is, besides these like big combo decks, like any deck any deck can like any deck is just like it's like fair. Like the combo decks is like the real evil of like that and the floodgates decks. Like those are like the ones that people complain about the most. And
What floodgate decks? What floodgate decks is anyone complaining about? What true? If you're someone complaining about True Draco, I don't even want to hear you because you're just bad. Like if it's 2020, True Draco has one diagram, one demise, and you like still can't beat. You're just bad. I don't want to hear your opinion. But I mean, like I don't know. To me, again, I haven't played in like 3 months. I don't know of any other than I guess mine. I don't know of any.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like floodgate cards, not like really like the decks, but like the cards, like Mystic Mine.
I would be as far as I know, it's just mine. Like no one wants Skill Drain or Summon Limit or any of that stuff. It's just mine. Like if mine should probably like go to one or just be banned because like that's just a card that that's like one of them floodgates that just really really makes the game unfun. I can understand that, but to me, I don't see any real difference between Maxi and Nibiru. Like both cards are pretty much both cards only have high value in my opinion if your opponent's going off and doing degenerate shit. Like I mean, yeah, technically you can draw like I guess one card or 2 cards off of a multi-faker, but like how often do you expect to resolve Maxi against like Ultra guys? Like yeah, it's technically I guess a little better in certain matchups, but the point is both cards at their core just really benefit when your opponent's like trying to pop off and do degenerate shit. You know what I mean? Like if you're just special summoning like twice in a turn, aka you're doing fair stuff, Maxi's not really gonna hurt you. So I don't know. I think that the OCG is like a prime example. You look at Orcus, just kind of special summons a decent amount. They don't have to special all that much. You can special summon like I guess like twice in Orcus and be decent. You know what I mean?
But that's still like unfair though, because you literally have to pass turn. Like you have to go Galatea pass. Okay, then
okay, hold on. First, have you seen the recent Orcus builds? You do realize like they're actually playing trap traps, right?
Like you said, trap cards.
Huh? What's that?
You said trap what?
They're playing like traps, like crack down and like strikes and stuff, like actual like trap traps. To me, if your deck can't do anything but special summon, like that's your fault. That just means that you played a deck that can really only do. It goes back to like the thing with like Shatner, right? He would play Fables anytime he gets hand trap. All right, quit. Let's go to another game. If all your deck can do is like make 3 Quasar, or else you just can't do anything, that's your deck's problem. If you're playing a deck like Adamantipator or Pendulum, where your deck can't do anything unless it just special summons like 10 times, that's functionally like your deck's problem. No one's telling you can't play traps. No one's telling you can't play defensive spells. You're deciding, hey, I don't want to play any trap cards. I don't want to play any spells. I don't want to play anything other than combo enablers and extenders. So like, why shouldn't you be punished for that? To me, it's no different than getting the Nibiru.
Well, no, because you could play around Nibiru. You can't really play around Maxi. Like once Maxi is resolved, they're drawing cards.
The only thing about playing around Nibiru is, well, I mean, obviously Maxi is just like a better card. I'm not saying that Maxi is like worse than Nibiru. I'm just saying they work fairly similarly. I mean, yeah, you can play around Nibiru by going for Appaloosa for like your 4th summon, but that doesn't really solve the root of the problem. Do you think what Adamantifators and like what Pendulums do you think that that's fair?
I don't really like any
make like 6 negates.
To be honest,
like that's how Yu-Gi-Oh should be played.
I really don't like monsters that can negate stuff. I really don't.
Okay, if you're saying that what they do in essence is just like not fair or fun, because to me that is like one of the things that makes you feel super fun, and that's always the reason why anytime people are like, we don't need hand traps, like what? You want to play against 7 negates every single game? Because if you take hand traps out of the game, that's what you get. You get every single duel as you're playing against Trips 7 negates. Like, that's not fun. Then, yeah, then you either have to hit those cards directly, Cells, or you have to have more cards to counter them. And if Konami, specifically last year, designed all of these cards to, like, counter super spam the board decks, then like why not just go all the way and just give us back the ultimate hard counter, which of course is Maxi.
You see the problem. The format was fine before do overload. Like before, like the ban after the ban list and before do overload. Like the format was fine. We had Salomon Great, we had Shadal. It was just that do overload had all of these busted cards, and it kind of just ruined it. Yeah,
I 100% agree. Now, yeah, I 100% agree. Now, if you're saying instead of bringing that Max C, just ban the broken cards from dual overload, I would be like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I just don't know if Konami's going to do that. Yeah, I completely agree. If they just said no Anaconda, no Halifibrax, what's the other one? The freaking Link Carrier, no Link Carrier. If
Link
those
Cross?
cards didn't, yeah, Link Cross.
And Union Carrier.
If none of those cards existed, I'd be like, you 100% right, Selza. If making a window and maybe a Macabre turn one is like the best you can do, I'm actually fine. That's like what, one negation. I'm actually fine with that. I'm fine with decks having like one negation. I'm not fine with decks having like seven.
I'm fine with like I'm fine with like something like a Lacia. Like you have to, it requires you to have another card to kind of use the negate or something like that. Like Macabre or like what's that other card? The Plunder Fusion. That card, it requires you to discard a card to pop a card or whatever.
The Fusion.
Yeah, it negates a card.
Yeah, less.
Like all the plunders do the same.
I'm perfectly fine with that because you can go back to Dino Rabbit format and we were playing one negate, a turn one Logia set 2 pass. That was a power play back then. Yeah. But that's like either what has to happen is either like they got to take out those 3 or 4 broken Link monsters that kind of have ruined the game, or they need to like just bring back the ultimate equalizer. I was watching like some pro play games event. I think it actually. I think it may have been the duel that Bordo had on his channel with
not that.
Hunter,
no.
Hunter versus the other guy,
Victor Lee.
No, I didn't really care about who cheated or any of the drama. I was just like watching the duel. Like it shows you like how pathetic it is. They're both playing. The Eldorado deck, but they're playing like synchros and shit. And it's like, dude, they're both just like trying to spam needle fiber as quick as possible. It's like, really?
What did people expect, man?
What's that?
I said, what did people expect? People were like, needle fiber is bad now because they banned like Firewall and Summon Sork. Like they were so crazy. Like the needle fiber is just a broken card.
I do remember people saying that needle fiber wouldn't. I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, Robbie said that he was like needle fiber wouldn't be that powerful without Summon Sorceress. I'm pretty sure he said that exactly. Like, what do you climb into? There's no Gumblar, there's no Firewall. Like, what are you climbing into with needle fiber? And it's
like, for subs did this chat, man.
We'll synchro summon. Like, how about that? We'll just synchro summon. We won't go into more Link monsters. We'll just go into like synchros. But I don't know. I'm to be honest, the Yu-Gi-Oh part of coming back to streaming Souls, I am not looking forward to. Hopefully, we get a ban list and like Konami gets rid of this fucking cancer format because it just looks so trash.
Yeah, I just don't like that.
Anything interesting, by the way?
Huh? The stream? They're just like, who said that? Weird champ. Oh, Doritos, Needle Bob. Weird.
Oh, they can't. Can they? I'm not in your Twitch chat. Can they or can they not hear me?
They can hear you. Yeah. I have you on speaker, so they can hear. They held you the whole time.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was like expecting. Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh aspect is like, this format looks so bad.
Yeah, I've been learning chess.
Really? All right. Well, that's what we're about to become. About to become a chess stream. Hashtag fix terrible format.
I've ever got FTK'd in chess.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd rather go back to like playing freaking chess FTKs or something like that. But I mean, they can fix the game. I would personally say easily with like 4 cards, but I don't know if they want to hit cards that they just released. And Halifibrax, Needle Fiber is like a brand new card. Just came out like 2 months ago, so I don't know if they want to just like completely axe it, even though probably should have never released it. But that's my.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Soza, did you start college?
Not well because of this corona. No.
That's what I was gonna ask, because like I know you were going to start, and then I took the hiatus, and I'm like, so I wonder if you went to college, and then like, is there even gonna be are you like, if you were planning on going in the fall, what's going on with that now?
I don't even know, dude. At this point, I don't even know.
Yeah, because I heard like some schools. I heard like one school, one major college was like, yeah, there's going to be classes. But as far as I've heard, it's only like one school. And I think it might be like 50-50 if colleges are even going to open. You know what I mean?
I'm playing chess right now.
Are you? See? Chess, the superior, ultimately the superior game. But yeah, I'll definitely have some stuff to talk to you guys about when I do come back. Hopefully, there's been some interesting stuff with members in the stream. I had no idea that they were all on the freaking Discord, and most of them just come to your stream now.
Yeah, I mean, how can I don't know. You have to ask them. They've been well, some of them have been at doing online classes and stuff. I think like Draco Sack and Canadian in Bravo. I mean, I think Bravo's still in high school.
Oh my goodness.
Koji is still in high school. My brother and sister is still in high school.
Man, you guys make me feel so old sometimes. This gonna be like the Cap G retirement tour, man. Yeah, you guys, I need to like pass it on to some of you guys. The problem is, all you guys who ever tried streaming, your stream is trash. So I don't feel like any of you guys have taken up the mantle. So there was a time where I thought that you were gonna be like the next great YouTuber, and what happened to that?